He's excused.
Councilmember Nichols?
Here.
Councilmember at Large Wire?
Here. Thank you, Clerk. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next, we have the certification of prior meetings.
This is to certify that an official copy of the minutes of the Common Council special meeting of Thursday, June 13, 2024, and regular Common Council meeting of Tuesday, June 18, 2024, were presented to the mayor on Friday, June 28, 2024. Pursuant to Section 3.03 of the Dunkirk City Charter, all items presented to the mayor are now in full force and effect. In witness whereof, I have here to set my hand and seal of the city of Dunkirk, New York, this 2nd day of July, 2024.
Is there a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes and approve them as presented?
So moved.
Councilmember Nichols, is there a second? Seconded by Councilmember Luskowiak. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak?
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser?
Aye, the minutes are approved as presented. We now move to privilege of the floor.
The privilege of the floor shall be extended to any person appearing for themselves, in which case each individual appearing shall be limited to 3 minutes, and to any person representing any group who shall be limited to a maximum time of 5 minutes. The privilege of the floor is reserved for members of the public to speak on any subject pertinent to the affairs of city government. The city clerk shall have the duty of maintaining such time limits, and the chair may determine in their discretion whether individuals are speaking for themselves or representing groups. The chair shall maintain good order and may require any speaker to cease speaking if remarks are made in bad taste or are slanderous or not germane. The time limits specified above shall be adhered to, except that the chair may allow any person speaking to complete a statement or thought started before such time expires. And a longer time may be allowed by the chair with approval of a majority of the council.
Privilege of the floor is now open. If there are any members of the public who wish to speak, please step forward, state your name and address, and address the council.
Good afternoon. My name is Jim Passer, 66 North Jerboa Street. There was a Buffalo News article regarding grant money for several cities, of which Dunkirk is one of them. Rumor has it, and my question is, has there been any talk about the redevelopment of Pangolin Park? A coalition of residents, of which I was one, opposed development of such space. Other abandoned properties, land bank property exist. I'll mention a couple properties. There's 2 parcels on Main Street, one where the old Maine Bowling Academy was, and then there's the other one between 2nd Street and Lakeshore Drive. Then there are also one parcel on Central Avenue where the old Graff building was. Again, I'm opposed to that reconstruction of that property for green space into any kind of development. It's been there since I was a boy. And I think the other development on them other sites would be more beneficial than developing a green space. And once you build on it, it's gone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Passer.
My name is Mary Louise McGraw. I live at 736 Swan Street, and I am speaking for a Tree for Thee project. First, I want to know whose initiative was it that removed the stumps at the point? Who's going to raise their hand that said those stumps are gone now? Nobody? Somebody just did it? Randy?
I can address that. Mike Provision's been working with Jason to grind the stumps. The stumps on the entrance to the point are ground up pretty good over the last couple of days. So
it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You made a lot of people very, very, very happy.
But I didn't want to raise my hand and take credit for it because it belongs to Jason Sislevich and the Parks Division, and the Streets Division's been helping as well.
Jason and Mike get cookies then, okay? Just them two, all right? I would like to address something, and I know Mike's not here. where we have some pin oaks planted from the first parking lot on the left, going, I guess, north, 4 of them are surrounded by poison ivy, which is not real conducive for people to have plaques at the base of the tree and going to see it. I know it's been mowed, but I would like to meet with someone to see what your plan, are you going to spray for the poison ivy? Do we have to move the trees down into the mowed area? I don't know what the solution is. So you will get in touch with Mike?
Yeah, the Parks Division's an expert on horticulture and things like that, so I'll meet with them. I'm very sensitive to poison ivy myself. Being a land surveyor, I stay away from it religiously. And so I will meet with them and we'll do what we can.
Thank you. I mean, because we can move the trees, okay? I mean, if that's not going to be a regularly mowed area, we can do that, okay?
Well, let's study it together and make the best plan.
No problem, okay. This is in respect to watering trees. I've had a lot of people tell me they see, there must be the summer kids, people riding around with the gator, sprinkling water on trees. You do not have to water any tree that has the blue and red flags on. We totally assume that responsibility. We have assumed that responsibility since the first day they went in the ground. There's 150 trees that we're doing in combination with Wright Park. So those kids, if you're their summer help and they're valuable to you, you can have them do something else that is more constructive than to water our trees. Okay?
Sounds good.
I want to bring something up. Last fall, on August 30th, we had received a little map from Randy, and the point was sort of divided up into properties, territory, whatever you want to call it, between Revitalize and us. And probably the main reason for that is they were going to be planting trees and so were we. So instead of tripping over each other, I made the suggestion to him to use the gravel road that leads to the bandstand. A map was sent. He said it was agreed upon. Fine. On August 30th, on August 30th, I get another map. That's because we had started to notice that trees were being staked in an area that we thought we were going to plant trees in. Come to find out, the boundary line had been moved to Oak Street, except nobody told us, all right? So, okay, we've lived with that. We have our 14 little acres. We've been planting trees, having a wonderful time doing it. On May 17th, Revitalize, whatever term you want to use, relinquished, gave back their property, their territory, their kingdom, whatever, to the city of Dunkirk. They said they were done planting trees. That's great. We are not done planting trees. All right? In my eyes, we are grandfathered in to that agreement. So we still have our 14 acres. We have done, you have made a lot of people happy now because stumps are gone, trees could be planted in that area.
About 10 seconds remaining, Ms. McGraw.
Okay. We have 68 trees to plant. I'm trying to get 20 people to move their trees to Wright Park. I've got 11 right now. That would leave us 48 trees. 15 are in the stump area that we could plant trees. That would leave us with 33. We have 10 trees that we didn't get to our second planting, 6 of which there's holes out there we'd like to at least put a tree in, which takes us down to 23 trees. I would assume, Mayor Dobias, that that's a very palatable number instead of 68. I really want to stop all this negative energy about this program. We've been on pause for the past 2 months. You could look at me, Mayor, all right? We've been on pause for the past 2 months, and I haven't heard a word about any progression, any comments, anything.
Thank you, Ms. McGraw. We're quite a bit over time, so I'd ask that you follow up, please, with DPW Director Woodbury and
Well, the person I've been following up was Mike Prohibition.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
so much. Anyone else who wishes to speak? Going once, twice. Privilege of the floor is now closed. Now let's move to communications from the mayor, including disapproval messages. Mayor Delviez.
Thank you, Councilman. Just a reminder that 4th of July events start in the city tomorrow at 5 p.m. in Memorial Park, followed by the fireworks display on Thursday evening at 9:30. This year we'll be wrapping up with the Marauder Trotter down in Wright Park and a DJ at Wright Park Beach, so we hope to see everybody there. It's going to be a fun weekend, action-packed for everyone. And then there is also the Harbor Cruise car show that's happening at Point Gratiot on Sunday afternoon. So I hope to see everybody out and about this weekend, enjoying everything there is. The weather's supposed to be beautiful, and let's have a great, safe holiday, everyone.
Thank you, Mayor. Now we'll address communications from the public and petitions.
Number 1, request from Steve Watterson on behalf of the Resource Center and Filling the Gap, Inc. to hold their annual Laurel Run newspaper sale on July 10, 2024 between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. at locations approved by the city, and to hold their annual Jamestown Dunkirk Relay Run on Friday, July 19, 2024.
Any questions or comments from the council? Hearing none, do I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve, subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions? Moved by Councilmember Luskoviac, seconded by Councilmember Nichols. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Weiser.
Aye, motion carried.
Number 2, request from the Dunkirk Falcons Club to close Benton Street to traffic from 1:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. between Roberts Road and Liberty Street on Sunday, July 21, 2024, for a member appreciation event. Also requesting picnic tables and bandstands.
Any discussion, council? Okay, do I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve, subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions? Moved by Councilmember Luskoviac, seconded by Councilmember Nichols. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Weiser.
Aye, motion carried.
Number 3, request from the Dunkirk Midget Football League to have their annual Dunkirk Midget Football Tag Days fundraiser on Saturday, August 24, 2024, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the intersections of Central Avenue and 5th Street and on West Doty Street near the fire hall.
Any discussion, council?
Mayor, are you going to be waiving the fees for this as well, since it's a fundraiser? Or are they just not going to be paying a fee?
For the midget league?
Yeah.
That's for them to, there are no fees
Of the
associated with
allowance to
that.
do, for them to do it?
Yeah, no, they're just asking to
Okay.
be able to stand in the middle of the road and collect their funds like they've done in the past. There's no fee associated with that, I'm sorry.
Sorry to throw you for a loop.
Okay.
It's all right.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's nothing there.
Any further discussion, council? Okay, do I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve, subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions? Moved by Councilmember Yeruko. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilmember Luskoviac. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Weiser.
Aye, motion carried.
Number 4, notice of claim from James W. Matson of Randolph, New York, for alleged damage to his vehicle on May 16, 2024 at 1:15 p.m. by a city vehicle.
I need a motion to refer to the Law Department, Department of Public Works.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Nichols, seconded by Councilmember Luskoviac. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Weiser.
Aye, motion carried.
Number 5, loudspeaker permit request from the Dunkirk Falcon Club to use Amson speakers for a Rock the Lot party on July 21, 2024, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Any discussion, council? Okay, do I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Nichols, seconded by Councilmember Yeruko. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Weiser.
Aye, motion carried.
Number 6, loudspeaker permit request from Spike Bailey's to have a DJ from June 22nd, 2024 through August 31, 2024 from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Any discussion, council?
Yeah, I have a question with between number 6 and number 9. They're both on the boardwalk, and I don't know if anybody's worked with them or if they're going to work with each other so that they're not drowning out each other as far as playing music down there. I don't know what the situation is going to be. Because they're both for the same time. Basically, one is 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and one is from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
So they have agreed to work in connection with each other, so
Okay.
they're not competing, so you're not going to hear music out of one and music out of the other. I think the understanding with them is they want to be able to have music at different times. We did impose restrictions, as you'll note in your packets.
That was the question.
They are not allowed to have music during Music on the Pier, and that will
Right.
go for 64 on the Pier as well.
Yeah, right, on Thursdays. I did
Correct.
read that. But are they going to be having it at it's not going to be out of control sound-wise, is it that it's going to be
We still have
annoying
the
to those?
regulations that everybody has to follow, so if we get a noise complaint, I'm sure Chief Ortolano will tell you that he will follow up on a noise complaint, which is how these came out in the first place.
Okay, thanks, Mayor.
Any other discussion? Okay, do I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Nichols, seconded by Councilmember Yeruko. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Weiser.
Aye, motion carried.
Number 7, loudspeaker permit request from 64 on the Pier to have live bands and DJs from July 3rd, 2024 through October 30th, 2024 from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Any discussion, council?
Yes, I do. Chief Ortolano, I know it's got a 2 a.m. end time. Is that the normal time for like Dimitri's or any of that on there? I know you signed off on it, but they have in their resolution that they want to end at 2 a.m.
I believe, we can correct that, I believe the H1 district is 1 a.m.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't catch that, thank you.
Sorry.
The H1 district is till 1 in the morning, they're allowed the extra time.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
Any further discussion?
And they will be notified of the change to 1 a.m.? Thank you, Mayor and Chief.
Okay, I'd ask for a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve contingent on changing the end time to 1 a.m.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Nichols, seconded by Councilmember Yeruko. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Weiser.
Aye, motion carried.
Number 8, loudspeaker permit request from Zerbini Family Circus to use speaker system at the Chautauqua County Fairgrounds on August 16 and August 17, 2024 from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Any discussion, council? Hearing none, do I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve? Moved by Councilmember Yeruko, seconded by Councilmember Nichols. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Weiser.
Aye, motion carried.
Number 9, loudspeaker permit request from House of Virilla to have DJs from June 17, 2024 through September 21, 2024 from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Any discussion, council? Okay, do I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve? Moved by Councilmember Yeruko, seconded by Councilmember Luskowiak. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Weiser.
Aye, motion carried. We'll now move to reports of standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilmember Luskowiak.
Yes, Jim Passier, I wanted to thank you for your thoughts and information about the Pangolin Park. I am with you, and as chairs the Economic Development Department, I have not heard anything, and I would hear something if that was the case, and I'll make sure you're the first to know. As chair of the Economic Development Committee, I wanted to share about the June meeting. We discussed all of the DRI projects that passed through and are now on their way to the development stage. We talked of one project in particular, taking immediate steps, and it's the old bank here on 4th and Central. It was many banks in the past. It'll be a mixed-use building. Vince, can you share the real timeline and news from the developer?
Yeah, thank you. The Dunkirk Local Development Corporation has basically authorized the DLDC to sell the property. We still hold it. City Attorney Raimondo and myself have been working with the purchasers, and we're working through all the final documents, surveys, title abstracts, and so forth. And hopefully we will close on that project. The developer is doing some very limited demolition. They've opened it up, and it looks amazing. It must have looked amazing back in the day, removing all the drop ceilings. So they are very anxious to get that project off the ground. Yesterday, I actually attended a gathering of developers in Western New York doing housing projects, workforce housing, affordable housing, senior housing, and our project here in Dunkirk, that's in the DRI, that Regan Development is going to be the sponsor, was one of the highlighted projects for Western New York. So we have some great momentum there. We had all of the highest ranking officials from New York State Homes and Community Renewal, and so they heard about the project. Developer, Mr. Regan, was there. So we feel very good about the application that's forthcoming for the tax credit project. Other projects, I'm hearing from the sponsors. Unfortunately, they have not heard back from the designated state agencies that will be working on the projects with the contracts and work plans. So we're still awaiting some word from the state on contracting. But you know, the project sponsors are anxious. I actually met with JCC and Crow Development last week down at JCC, and we're working through the plans there with JCC and Crow to try to put together that project at the Graff Building. So there's a lot of behind the scenes. Nothing really formal has taken off yet because we don't have the contracts from the state, but it doesn't mean that progress isn't happening.
Do you think that they'll keep that vault door, or do you think, are they going to, the vault door in the old bank, do you think they're going to keep it?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Do you think they'll keep that old vault door? Or do something with it? I don't.
So far, it's in the plans. What they will do with it, I'm not sure, but I think it's one of those type of features that I think will lend itself to whatever that space becomes.
Thank you so much. A little bit of light in our dismal city. Have a wonderful Independence Day, everyone. We hope you do go out to enjoy the fireworks here in Dunkirk.
Thank you. Councilmember Yuriko?
Randy, I think this is a question for you. I was on my way here, and I've noticed this a bazillion times. I was coming Fifth Street towards Central at the stop sign before Swan Street. There's a huge bush, and if you don't know the stop sign's there, you can't see it. My main concern is because it's near the school. I know the kids are out now, but they're still out on their bikes and going to the playgrounds and whatnot. I don't know if that's city property or if it's private property, but if it's city property, could we get it trimmed back?
Absolutely. We'll make it happen no matter what.
Okay.
I'll work, if it's private, I'll work with the owner. You've identified a good safety point. I appreciate you calling that to my attention.
Yep, okay, thank you. That's all I have. I just also want to wish our residents a happy and safe 4th of July.
Thank you. Councilmember Nichols?
Yes, I know, Randy, we talked about the street lights that need to be fixed at yesterday's finance meeting. Can you just reiterate the discussion that we had on why they are not being fixed at this time? I know there's probably 40, 45 lights that are out and have been out for quite some time.
Yes, DPW is putting together a list of those that are out, and I'd like to thank Ellen for releasing with Mark for some payments that we were due a contractor that's going to do this. So we're putting together the list, seeing where the funds are. We know it's a safety issue, so we're fast-tracking that, working with fiscal to get that done. If you want to give me your list as well, Mike Probation's working on making sure that, and there could be some other issues that the mayor and city attorney and Mike have talked about regarding these lights, and we could have that discussion offline.
Thank you. Also, I know that the city has hired 3 lawn care services that do take care of the violators and letting their grass grow too tall. But unfortunately, sometimes when they come through and do cut the grass, what they're cutting is almost like a hayfield, and they do leave it. I know last year, I brought the same topic up, and they were issued a notification to either rake it up. It looks worse as a hayfield than it did with the tall grass or weeds or whatever they had there. With one of the 3 contractors that we did approve through resolution, maybe a month and a half ago. Also, they're still blowing the grass when they cut the grass. Not these people, but residents in general are just blowing the grass into the street, which when we have the rain and wind, it plugs up our receivers, and that causes ponding on the streets. So I don't know if we can somehow notify the people not to do this. I don't know if Andy's got a free hour or something in a day, but you can tell who is doing the violating on this. It's just they're not supposed to be shooting anything into the street like that. I do want to ask both chiefs, what is our policy on having fires on the beach, whether they be gas grills, bonfires, little portable hibachis, or anything like that?
There's no open burning in the city, so unless you're cooking with a charcoal grill or a gas grill, it's not allowed.
And if residents should see this happening, they should indeed call the fire department, not the emergency number, but headquarters?
The best thing to do is just to call the non-emergency number and we'll go check it out.
Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
So wait, hold on. So you can use a charcoal grill on the beach?
As far as I know,
Okay.
I've never been told otherwise,
Okay.
but I don't think there's any ordinance against that.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I understood that. Okay, thank you, sorry.
That's all right. Your hands are cold.
It's cold in here.
I'd like to give a great big thank you to Bob Mays for the wonderful, wonderful job pursuing his endeavor of getting the tracks on Doty Street and Lamphere/Route 60. They are remarkable. It's the best that they've been, and I want to say 48 years that I've lived in the 4th Ward. It is with the guidance of Randy. When Bob came to me and asked what does he do, I invited him to a DPW meeting, and it's all history from there. Him and his 600-plus city residents that signed his petition made it come to light. It is just a remarkable. It shows how a city can come together and work together to get a project completed that's as beautiful as railroad tracks on Route 60. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you. If I could add something to that.
Sure.
Working with the Federal Railroad Administration and New York State Department of Transportation, because it's State Route 60, also with the Police Department and Streets Division, we want to put a sign up there that meets the Uniform Traffic Control Device that says stay in your lane. Now that it's smooth, we don't want people weaving over to where pedestrians or bicyclists could be, and once we do it correctly, it's enforceable. So I'd just like to tell the people, now that it's smooth, stay in your lane and enjoy this nice smooth tracks. Thank you.
I just want to add to you, bad habits are hard to break. Once you're so used to it after so many years of going either to the right or the left, it's hard to give it up.
This is the beginning of that.
Thank you so much. And I just would like to say thank you so much to Mary Louise for all her heart and soul that she's put into a Tree for Thee program. It is beautiful driving through the point, and I don't want to rush the season, but I can't wait till the leaves start turning to see how pretty it's going to look. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilmember Nichols. I spoke with Treasurer Woods prior to today's meeting. He's agreed to share an update on the revenue anticipation note we discussed during yesterday's Finance Committee meeting. So I'll cede my time to him. Treasurer Woods?
Yes, just briefly, the notice of sale will be circulated starting tomorrow. The closing date will be July 10th at 11 a.m.
Thank you. I'd also like to wish everyone a safe and enjoyable Independence Day celebration over the coming days. Encourage as many folks as can to come out and join us for the fireworks. Should be another great display again this year, and we're looking forward to being able to provide that for the area's residents. Okay, moving on, it appears there's no unfinished business, so we'll now address the pre-filed resolutions. Clerk, please introduce resolution number 44-2024.
Resolution 44 for 2024, approval of 2024 through 2028 consolidated plan and 2024 annual action plan, and the amendment to the 2023 annual action plan for the City of Dunkirk's Community Development Block Grant Program, CDBG.
Is there any discussion, Council?
Yes, you want to ask a question? Go ahead and ask your question.
We had touched on this just a little bit, where it says covers one position and the amount that's stated there. That's not the position cost. That's the position and then their associated fees.
No, that should be the employee's position.
Plus benefits.
Plus benefits, correct.
Any further discussion, Council?
Yeah, I just have a problem with the amount of money that fee is.
I think it says.
And where, I would just like basically to know where the funds for that are coming from. If they're through CDBG or where they're coming from.
Nancy, I think that also includes Wanda's salary.
Because it only says it covers one position. So if it's covering one and a partial, that's...
I'm 90% sure that that's correct.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else
So
who can speak to
one
that?
of the activities is for code enforcement officer, and that is basically covering her salary and fringe, most of it, I believe.
Okay.
The other component is administrative fees, and that the fees that come from CDBG, administrative fees, covers all of the entire salary of Nicole Cliff, the CDBG coordinator. So there's actually two positions
Okay.
that are actually receiving salary and fringe as part of this grant.
Okay.
That's easier to swallow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Okay, seeing none, clerk, please call the roll for the vote on resolution number 44-2024.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser.
Aye, the resolution's received sufficient support and is hereby adopted. Now we move on to new business. Is there any new business to be discussed tonight? Okay, if not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Nichols. Is there a second? Councilmember Luskowiak. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Luskowiak.
Aye.
Councilmember Yeruko.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Weiser.
Aye, the meeting is now adjourned. Thank you, everyone.